It's Christmas Day, 2017. Christmas Day is the day that has something to do with somebody being born. And the one that was born is the one that I'm reading about here today. The one that was born, I understand he wasn't born on this day. But anyway, there was a day that he was on a mountain and he had prayed. And somebody had taken a sword, and Jesus said to them, "Put your sword back into its place, for all those who take up the sword shall perish by the sword." Or do you think that I cannot appeal to my Father, and he will at once put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels? Folks, that's equivalent to 6,000. And how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled? Jesus said, it must happen this way. Yes, folks, the baby that was born in Bethlehem was crucified at Jerusalem. And at that time, Jesus said to the group that had gathered, "Have you come out with swords and clubs to arrest me as against a robber? Every day I used to sit in the temple teaching, and you did not seize me. But all this has taken place, that the scriptures of the prophets may be fulfilled." Yeah, folks, the prophets had prophesied. Yep, sure had. And it was coming to pass. And Jesus is talking to the chief priests, and the whole council kept trying to obtain false testimony against Jesus in order that they might put him to death. And they didn't find any, though many false witnesses came forward. But later on, two came forward and said, "This man stated, 'I am able to destroy the temple of God and to rebuild it in 3 days.'" And the high priest stood up and said to him, "Do you make no answer? What is it that these men are testifying against you?" But Jesus kept silent until the high priest said to him, "Do you make no answer at all?" And the high priest said to him, "I adjure you by the living God that you tell us whether you are the Christ, the Son of God." Folks, Jesus said to them, "You have said it. Nevertheless, I tell you, hereafter you shall see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power and coming on the clouds of heaven." And that's when the high priest tore his robes and said, "He is blasphemed. What further more should we hear?" I don't know, folks. What do you hear?